Well, you certainly know how to compliment a woman. Phil, if you'll excuse me.
Do you know who I am?
No, I can't say that I do.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Really?
People know me.
Well, I'm very happy for you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Kizzi's Friday Gamechangers, taking your business to the next level.
Coming up on Kizzi's Friday Gamechangers.
And wow, it's just so cool to see somebody who's fully embodying the naturalness of being human, the imperfections, the faults, and speaking out about the most kind of pertinent, poignant things that happen to us as human beings that some people might hide from.
Hi, this is Ray Zen.
Hi, I'm Jamie Martin from Ideal Shopping Direct.
I'm Kate Bell, founder of Zip Us In.
Hi, my name is Eirik Eide Patterson. I'm a co-founder of Seaborg Technologies.
Hi, I'm Katie Farrell, transformation coach, founder of The Catalyst for Life.
Hey everybody, I'm David Frangioni, CEO and co-founder of All Access IDA, Inspire and Develop Artists, and you're listening to Kizzi's Friday Game Changer. Check it out.
Kizzi's Friday Game Changers. Don't just play the game, change the game. Welcome to Kizzi's Friday Game Changers
with your host Kizzi Nkwocha,
a show for innovators and motivators, people just like you.
Kizzi is the publisher of Business Game Changer magazine and the property investor, editor of the successful Women in Business book series
and the best-selling Every Entrepreneur's Guide series.
Every week, Kizzi and his guests provide you with the tools you need to take your game-changing business to the next level.
Listen, learn and innovate.
Now meet your host, your mentor and your fellow game changer, Kizzi Nkwocha.
Hello and welcome to Kizzi's Friday Game Changers. This week I'm talking to Natalie Farrell, a cosmic songbird with a passion for guiding women to tune into their innate wisdom, find sanctuary in their hearts and freedom in their souls. I like the sound of that. In just a few minutes, I'll be talking to Natalie and uncovering her strategy for game-changing success. It's Friday, I'm Kizzi, and this is Kizzi's Friday Game Changers. Listen, learn and innovate.
I'm Levi Roots, and you're listening to Kizzi's Friday Game Changers.
Welcome to the show. This week I have the privilege of breaking bread with Natalie Farrell, a writer, author, radio presenter, and yoga teacher. Natalie is also the founder of Cosmic Soul Coaching, and it's her mission in life to empower women to push to their edges, embrace their wild, honor their inner goddess. You've got to honor your inner goddess and to begin truly dancing with life. Sounds good to me. But before we dive into this week's conversation, I've just got a note to remind me that this week's show is produced in association with My VIP magazine and the Dating and Relationship Experts 2022 Awards. Dare 22. I like to say that. Dare 22 covers professionals in all disciplines within the dating and relationship advice sector, including professionals who've introduced game-changing dating apps, products, or services. For information about how to nominate yourself, a colleague, or a client for inclusion in Dare 22, email dare@myvip.me. The address one more time is dare@myvip.me. You can visit myvip at myvip.me online. That's it. Job's done. Bills have been paid. Natalie, it's amazing to have you join me.
I was almost hypnotized then as you were saying that, Kizzi. It's amazing to be here. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, and the pleasure is all mine. Well, I've been waiting to speak to you for ages, and you kept me waiting, but at last it's happened.
Yay! Woohoo!
We're going to have a party now.
Of course, it's Friday, right?
It is indeed, and we've got to be happy. We've got to celebrate it. Natalie, tell us a bit more about yourself. Tell me about your background. Tell me how you got to the point where you decided you wanted to start your own coaching business. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I was a teacher for 8 years. I was a singing teacher for 8 years, self-employed, and working with amazing pupils. But I felt very constricted and refined to the environment that I was working within. And so at the age of 33, I packed a suitcase, said goodbye. I gave them kind of 4 months notice and said, I'm actually going to go and figure out what I really want, who Natalie truly is. And I got on a plane to Santa Barbara, to LA, and went to Santa Barbara and did some yoga teacher training. And that's how the coaching started to evolve. It's a very short explanation of it, but that's how it started. I mean, I was in a great job. It was very creative, but just as I said, I felt the environment wasn't right for me. That I knew that I could get my work to reach globally rather than just one room or a couple of rooms.
But it sounds like a bit of a gamble going from what sounds like a fairly stable job where you know exactly what you're doing, you know who you're going to be working with and how much money you're going to make at the end of the month, and then taking that leap into the dark and becoming completely self-employed, and also in an industry that you're not that familiar with.
Yes, it was an absolute jump, navigation into the unknown, which I found that I enjoyed immensely and was very, very good at as well. But yeah, it was a huge, big leap. And I like what you say there, Kizzi, because, I was working within, school timetables, and I was working for a couple of school establishments. But just even that word establishment, that didn't, it's not right for me. I needed to be freer. My creativity needed to be freer, but yeah, it was a big leap for sure.
And during those earlier years, what were the biggest challenges you faced in getting the business off the ground, and how did you overcome them?
Yeah. So I decided to take my business online when I went back into starting a business. So I had done the teacher training. I'd taken a year off because in actual fact, I make this joke that, I was 33 years at school. I was very studious when I was young, and I was, followed the rules a lot, and then went on to university, then taught in school for 8 years. So I was like, oh my God, at 33, I'm actually leaving school. So I had that year off, and the decision to go online was exactly because I wanted to, that word emancipation, I wanted to expand and evolve, and get more out of life. So I studied, I taught myself, and sat down and just taught myself how I could expand with an online business. And I went to certain experts. Daniel Knowlton's one of them, giving a shout out for Daniel on Friday, to help me, to understand what this online world was about. And yeah, it's very challenging. I mean, it's still challenging because it's ever evolving. But that's something that I know that I get a lot of kicks out of, and it helps me to feel motivated every day.
Did you have a plan? Did you have a plan written down outlining where you're going to be in, say, 2 years' time, 5 years' time, and maybe 10 years' time? Or did you just kind of make it up as you went along?
When I was, so the first business that came out of the rest that I had was a yoga business. And there was definitely a plan, and the website actually grew quite quickly, and the offerings grew quickly, from online video content to an online shop, which was a little bit of a surprise actually. And there was a blog and the coaching services as well. And it was the online shop that took me totally and utterly off-piste. So I did have a plan, and then I'm sure you appreciate this, Kizzi. You know, the other things come your way, and you do need to be pliable. You do need to have that ability to come off and, you know, explore other avenues. So it took me for 3 years down kind of a little interesting rabbit hole.
I hear you. I think we've all been there as well. But I guess one of the things that we do learn is that we have to be receptive. We have to try and say yes as much as we can to the universe. And we have to try and focus on doing what we really want to do rather than what we think we should be doing.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the word should very, very irregularly appears in my vocab now. It's and it was a very impromptu meeting, and there was a lot of gut decisions in setting up my own yoga wear brand. But I have learned so much from where it took me. There were so many new avenues that I went down in the business route. And obviously, you know, when we're published, or, you know, we have a product that's being bought by other people, being appreciated by other people, there is nothing like that as affirmation and feedback. Because we all like feedback, don't we? That we're doing a good job, or that we're producing something that is, you know, elevating and making people feel good and happy and motivated themselves.
Yeah, we do. Absolutely. That contribution, that's what makes a difference to a lot of us, I think, rather than how much money we're making. But I'm wondering who you focus your work towards. What sort of people are your clients? Are you working mainly with corporates, or are you working with individuals at the moment?
Yeah, so always individuals. Real affinity to, you know, to working on a one-to-one basis. And even when I was doing the singing teaching, that's what just really, it really lights me up to be in that space with somebody for 30 minutes to 60 minutes. And I can really truly listen to what their needs are. And that devotion for them, you know, is very important in that coaching environment. So it's always been individuals, and obviously when I was producing the clothes, like, that was going mainly out to individuals as well. But sometimes it might be yoga studios or bigger companies that were buying the products. I love elevating another soul.
It's interesting you should say elevating another soul, because I had a note. Where's that note gone? Oh, someone's pointing. There it is, right in front of me. I've got a note here that says, I'm going to read this out loud just the way it's been written, so I'm not sure I understand it, but maybe you will. It says, Natalie is a natural communicator. 2 M's in communicator, by the way. Is a natural communicator with music, dance, creativity, and color flowing through her DNA. Wow. Natalie, does this mean that you use music and dance as part of your coaching?
Yeah, it does actually. Yes. Yeah. So what happened is I kind of feel like I'm coming full circle as we're speaking right now. You know, we go off and we explore and we learn other skills, and sometimes we're attracted to what is not good for us. I don't mean like mentally or well-being. It's just that we go and have an experience so that we can learn from it. And I feel like with the yoga clothes and where I went, as I said, it was a little bit of a rabbit hole. And it was almost like I was kind of blocking and preventing the music, the singing, and this natural ability, as my friend Lorraine, that's her quote on me. To use creativity to get us fully back into our body. And we talk a lot in yoga about embodiment. And since, you know, I've really shown up and been vulnerable in telling my own story and you know, being interviewed by great people like you, you know, that's what people are really saying. Wow, it's just so cool to see somebody who's fully embodying the naturalness of being human, the imperfections, the faults, you know, and speaking out about the most kind of pertinent, poignant things that happen to us as human beings that some people might hide from.
That's interesting. You're saying that being vulnerable is... I remember back in the days when I was working in London, if you're a leader, then you're supposed to have all the answers. You're supposed to be completely bulletproof, and you're always supposed to know what to do next. But listening to you today, Natalie, it sounds as though maybe you don't have to be that way in order to be successful.
No. I mean, also, it'd be interesting around that, like talking to people that have that belief still and asking, how much energy do they have within their weeks? How happy are they? How fulfilled are they? And actually, are they living their truth, living their full, life's purpose? I reached burnout at 32 because I was just pushing uphill and doing all that shoulds and all the things that I thought that other people and society expected of me. And of course, we need to earn money. And money is very important. But I think more importantly, it's the collaboration. It's, being in an environment, whether it's in an office or a community environment. For me in the last year, I've published my first book, and the community and the co-working space I've created initially online with all these other amazing individuals, is just, again, it's just really, really firing me up. So yeah, I think we've just lived through quite a strange time, haven't we? With in 2020, going through into 21, and I wonder how this is shifting and shaping other people's lives, whether they're working in for themselves or in the corporate environment. It'd be interesting to know that.
It will be. Just looking back, I'm sure we'll be able to see just how things have transformed. But before we do, I know you mentioned your book, and I was going to ask you about that. Your first book, Light the Way, was released on the 16th of September. That is really precise. The 16th of September, 2020. Let's just say last month. Tell us a bit about the book. What made you write it, and what's it about?
Yeah, love this question. So the book made me write the book, however strange that sounds. So I'd wanted to, I love writing, I love words, and I love communication. And as I said, I'm coming back full circle from being a singer, to now using my voice as a presenter and also through the writing that I do. And yeah, it just felt last year that it was the right time, because we had a lot of time, right? To dedicate to sharing my story and my practices. And the theme that came in for me was, over the past 10 years, there wasn't anything that I could read or use as a reference to understand what it is to go through transition and change. And I came up with 10 steps for people to navigate through the change and the unknown that we talked about, those leaps that you take into the darkness. And yeah, Light the Way, it took me 8 months to write. I enjoyed the writing process, and I allowed it to kind of be unprescribed, I suppose. And the months that followed, as I was writing, a lot of the experiences kind of turned up in the book as well. So, and it, as you said, it came out on the 16th of September.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Tell me, just between you and me, okay, and this isn't for anybody else, just between you and me, how did it feel when you knew you'd finished this book, when you wrote the last word and you knew it was done? What was that like?
Oh, well, you can share this for sure. It was a miracle, an absolute miracle. And actual fact, in the time of writing, my granddad passed away, and the last chapter is a dedication to his gift. And it was very, very emotional. Really, really emotional.
Okay, I'm going to have a copy of the book sent to me probably by next week, Thursday, and I'll write a review as well on Amazon. How about that?
Oh, Kizzi, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yay. Yeah. And it's about sharing, isn't it? And we spread these words and stories. I'm so big for storytelling because that's how we evolve as human beings and how we let go and become game changers. So, it really is for people that are kind of coming out of that butterflydom. They're chrysalis and they want to move more into being a game changer and stop the side hustling and make that leap.
I think we can all relate to Natalie. But let's hold that thought. We're going to take a quick break and come back to our conversation in just a few minutes. This week's boss star is Dirty Snowman Society. Have I got that right? Dirty Snowman Society, a rock band based in Copper Mountain, Colorado. Now, this 4-piece band consists of Frank Constantini on vocals, drums and percussion, Johnny Law on lead guitar, Patrick Linfante on bass, and Chris Todoroff on guitars and percussion. Now, Dirty Snowman Society came together from very diverse backgrounds. They've held jobs as Emmy-winning TV directors, a best-selling author, a touring metal band member, a ski and surf instructor, and a successful lawyer. The glue that holds them together is their desire to make the sort of hard rock that inspires them to become musicians. This track's called Mad Bull. Have a listen. Get in touch with Kizzi's Friday Game Changers by emailing fridaygamechangers@email.com and follow us on Twitter by searching for Kizzi's Friday Game Changers.
I'm Brian Stolley, founding partner of Wildcat Venture Partners.
Hey, Tanja Lee here, all the way from Melbourne, Australia. I'm a leadership and mindset specialist for real estate and property professionals.
Hi, I'm Jonathan from Amplify.
Hi, I'm Johnny Cohn, CEO of Pay by Phone UK.
I'm Kenneth Hafianyo, the founder of Jogwefa, an ethical fashion brand based in Ho, Volta region, Ghana. My Friday is never the same without Kizzi's Friday Game Changers.
On your friendly news. Yeah, just
Love this game-changing interview? Share your thoughts by posting a comment. Sharing is caring.
Kizzi's Friday Game Changer, Book of the Week.
Hi, Richard Blandford, Chief Executive and founder of Fordway. We're an IT services and cloud computing specialist based in Godalming in Surrey. We've been around 28 years and currently 10 million revenue and 70 staff. The book I'd like to recommend is called Traction by Gino Wickman. Reason for the recommendation is that it's a very, very good guide for anybody running or managing a medium or small to medium-sized business, which provides both the framework and a set of extremely useful tools to help you run your business better. The basic principles that Gino espouses, I believe, came from him, devouring pretty much every piece of management literature, probably from the late 90s or mid to late 90s and the early noughties. And what he then did is he then condensed this into a process which he calls EOS, or the Entrepreneurial Operating System, which provides a good template and processes to run your business more effectively, which covers the main disciplines. I read the book, immediately was impressed enough to then go out and find what's called an EOS implementer to help us put this process into our business. And I'm very glad to say that 2.5 years after starting the process, it's really helped us with a lot of the day-to-day management running of the business and significantly improved our business performance. So if you are looking for a better way to run your business and not happy with how it's going at the moment, please, Traction by Gino Wickman, read a copy, and delighted to help anybody who would like any help on how you take it forwards and what it can do for your business.
Welcome back. Before the break, you're listening to Dirty Snowman Society performing Mad Bull. I'm going to say that every single day for the rest of the week. Dirty Snowman Society performing Mad Bull. And I'm in the studio talking to Natalie Farrell, founder of Cosmic Soul Coaching. Natalie, we're at the part of the show that I've been looking forward to all day. This is a section called Past, Present and Future. Now, the idea is really simple. I ask you 3 itsy-peatsy easy questions that will hopefully give us a unique insight into the mind of game changer Natalie Farrell. Will you submit to the program?
I do. Yep. Let's do it.
You sound absolutely terrified. Are you terrified?
What's coming up? What's coming up? No, not at all.
It's going to be great. It's going to be good fun. Honestly, you're going to enjoy it.
Exactly. Throw those questions at me. Go on.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Now, just relax for a second. Yeah. Sit back. Put your feet up. You've got to imagine you can hear a clock ticking in the background. That's the sound of time passing by second after second. Now, imagine yourself traveling back in time to meet the young Natalie Farrell just starting out on her game-changing business journey. Yeah. Natalie confides in you that she has the opportunity to take a well-paid job. Sounds familiar? Now, this is a 9-to-5 opportunity. It's got some scope for possible promotions. You notice some scope for possible promotions. Yeah. Nothing's guaranteed, okay? But on the other hand, she could turn down the job and start her own business. What would you advise her and why?
Turn it down. Start your own business, because there's so much more fun and possibility within that. And making your own decisions brings a lot of freedom. Wow,
you said that with such certainty.
Yes, because that's what happened. Yeah, she would have turned it down anyway.
Okay, that's interesting. So when you were 18, if somebody had come to you and said, hey, Natalie, do you know what? You should be running your own business. Forget certainty, forget guarantees and national insurance and stuff like that. Start your own business and be your own boss. Would you have listened to them?
Yeah, totally. I think when I think about being being told what to do by someone else. That's a bit general, I suppose, but it kind of feels stifling. And if I go back into that space, it does feel stifling still at 18. Very expressive.
You were very expressive at 18.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I was working at that time though, but I was working because I took 2 years out before I went to the Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester in the UK. So I was earning that money to take me to university. So I was already like plowing, and earning so that I could progress and that I could discover more of what my voice could do and what I could do as a performer and singer and communicator. Headstrong, Kizzi.
Yeah, I'm just writing a few notes as you're speaking, and I've just got as far as possibly a bit of a handful, ? Is that a fair assessment, do you think, at 18?
Yeah, I just had a lot of energy. And yeah, I like being around people, and yeah, it was funny actually. I know you're saying short answers, but when the last part I wrote of the book, it was like I really realized, that I am a force, and I always have been. And like I'm 41 now, so it was quite amazing to recognize that and honor that, for the younger self.
Right. I was wondering whether you're going to say that, since those days, I've now mellowed out a little bit, but I don't think that's the case at all.
No, it's not. 40 to 50 is going to be my power decade. My friend Karen Davies, we had a chat and she's like, yeah, this is definitely your power decade.
What did Karen say? She said this is going to be your power decade?
Yeah.
Okay, what's a power decade?
So it's her terminology. She talks into, turning 40. So being a woman post 40. And she says it's either going to be 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60, 70, obviously in the decades. Haha. And she said this one's going to be my power decade. So when you're really, fully in your strength, you don't care anymore in terms of you're not, caring what other people think about you. You really are solid. You know what you want, and you keep carving the path to get it. I mean, we talked a little bit into being a TV presenter. You're talking about my voice, and I've seen that as a vision, and I know it's going to happen in 2022.
Right. Okay. I think the name of the show should be. Hey, get this. The name of the show will be I Can, and the Can is KAN, which stands for Kizzi and Natalie. You see, Kizzi and Natalie. That's the I Can show. I Can show.
Yeah.
You see, that's it. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do the show. But if we did the show, right?
Go on.
Who would be the star? Go on. Hey, who would be the star?
Of course, the people who are watching.
Oh, I tell you what. Talk about the old flannel. That is good.
Of course, because who do we create for? We create for others to learn, grow, and expand.
I agree with you completely. As long as I get top billing.
All right. Yeah, it's important too, because then that means it goes out to more people, and this is what reach is about, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Okay, we'll have to iron out that wrinkle later on then, wouldn't we?
I Can show. I really like that, actually.
It's a bit catchy, isn't it? Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it.
Well, if you could have one superpower, one ability, what would it be?
I have to say exactly what's come into my head, and it's to fly.
Ah, flying. Now, why flying?
Ooh.
Do you feel trapped?
No, I used to have so many dreams when I was younger of flying. It's kind of reminded me of those. No, I think so I can get to places quicker.
Maybe you should have been an air steward.
No, I can do no. I mean, like proper,
Proper flying.
Proper flying, just going and getting there. You don't have to go through any security or anything like that. I can just get up and go. Yeah, probably so that I can kind of teleport myself to other places.
I like that. That's really good. That's really good. A couple of months ago, I asked somebody on the show, if you could have one super sense, what would you like to have? And he said, I'd like to have a sense of decorum. I thought, oh, that's different. Okay. No, but flying, I can get that because there's a sense of freedom and, you can just get up and go, can't you?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, you were asking earlier on, is there a plan or, was it unplanned? And I think now I've kind of got the balance in life with that, that we need to have a plan, we need to have structure, especially, in any business, whether we're working for ourselves or for others, but there has to be that ability to, be, what's the word, when you're spontaneous.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I get that completely. Well, that's the past. Let's head into the present. On paper, you've done quite a lot with your life and you've got a hell of a lot more to do, it sounds like. What's been the biggest lesson you've learned from your business experience?
Okay, so to keep trying, the biggest lesson actually is to knock 3 times, if there's an opportunity or somebody that you want to work with, and then to leave it, to be non-attached to the outcome and move on, because that opens the space for then new opportunities to come in, and you'll then become less blinkered. Why isn't this happening? Why is that person not responding? And you can move on and find the next opportunity. So not to get stuck in and blinkered in one opportunity, because there are many more out there for you to follow.
Very wise words. So keep trying, knock 3 times, and don't be too attached to the outcome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the examples of that for me were very much, again, going into when I had the yoga wear company, it was just, you sometimes can feel, like my product's not good enough. And, but in actual fact, it's just that you need to keep following your passion and finding the right people to work with.
You've talked a lot about passion and being true to who you think you are, who you want to be. What you haven't talked about is money. How important is money to you?
Now money is a very interesting subject for me. I got very, very stuck with money, and it's important for sure. But I definitely have more of a soulpreneur outlook these days than an entrepreneur, and the way that soulpreneurs are led is through service and through connection and through expanding through network, which is where I'm at now. And then the money comes. In terms of how I structure my money is, I have a financial freedom planner and, I figure out what I need, how I'm going to get it, and then go and win the business. So I'm not confined to money. There were points in my life, Kizzi, where, there's kind of lots of things going on with, be a 6-figure business, power female. But I've kind of let go of that now. And it really is incredible who I've called in to work with me. And there's some really exciting things starting to bubble up for 2022. Bigger things. Does that
I
answer
have
your
no
question?
doubt it. No, I don't doubt it at all. I suspect that whatever it is you've got on your list of things to do, you're not just going to achieve them, you're going to smash them. And we're going to be here watching and listening with eager anticipation.
Yeah, I'll tell you a couple of magic stories about money, actually, because yesterday, so we got kind of this law of attraction, haven't we? So when we're focusing and we're in, that's why I've got this spreadsheet, my financial freedom spreadsheet. And yesterday I was gifted £500 from my mum's husband, which was very, very kind. And I was having a struggle with a business decision 2 months ago. And I was like, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? And then all of a sudden, there was it was not a gift of money. I sold many products with my yoga wear company, which is now like wholesale. And it was like, it comes. It certainly comes, but you kind of have to get out of your own way and allow it to come. I mean, obviously, if people are in the corporate world, money structuring is different. But for those who are soulpreneurs out there, I hope those stories help.
Yeah, I think they do. And I don't know whether I'm a soulpreneur, but I kind of understand what you're saying, because I think the idea of being of service and providing value is probably the most important. Yeah. A lot of people would say you make a lot of money and then you're successful. But I think you have to be successful first and then you make money. And the only way to be successful is to be of service to others.
Yeah, totally and utterly. Yeah, and, money isn't the only derivative of exchange, but we've kind of got a bit, money, we all think, don't we, that money is the only way. But, I've learned over 10, 15 years to be in service with, other practitioners or coaches. Sometimes we exchange services to each other, and there are other ways. Yeah, there are other ways. Yeah.
We'll keep searching for them. That's the past. Done the present. That's done. Into the future, 100 years from now. Natalie, what would you like people to say about you in 100 years' time?
Well, I got told that I was going to live to 100, but that would be 141. So, she was bright. She was just so bright. She has so much energy, and they can still feel my energy. I still want them to feel the energy of Natalie.
I like that. Okay. In 100 years' time, she was bright. She's 6 foot under, but we can still feel her energy.
Yeah, exactly. Freddie and I are kind of hoping by this time when we die, that we might be able to be put into tree pods.
Tree pods?
Yeah, so that this is his idea, not mine. Yeah, so that we can grow and flourish and go back into earth,
Right, and perhaps branch out into a different way of life. No, forget it.
There we go. Here come the metaphors.
Tree pods.
Tree pods. Yeah, apparently it's a thing.
Right, okay. I'm going to get one of our minions to do some research and tell me everything I need to know about becoming a tree pod. Is that a real thing?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's a great question, Kizzi. What do you want? I'm going to ask you that question. What do you want people to say about you?
Cool, blimey. What would I like people to say about me? I would like them to say, do you know what? In 100 years' time, all right, people will forget what you said. And in 50 years' time, people might even forget what you did. But the one thing people always remember is how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And I think in 100 years' time, I think I would like people to say, he made people feel as though it was possible. How's that?
Yes.
Yeah?
And that they can.
I can. You can.
I can. You can. We can.
Listen, as long as I can get my name on first on the billboard, right? You know, Kizzi and Natalie, you're on, all right?
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not into order or hierarchy. Yeah, that's perfect.
Listen, you're talking to a man who goes to a funeral and I get upset that the corpse is getting more attention than I do, okay? It's sad, isn't it? It's a bit depressing, really. Right. Natalie, we have gone so far over our deadline, we might have to cut this into 2 shows. Jesus. We've done about half an hour longer than we should have done.
Well, it was awesome. I've really enjoyed talking with you, Kizzi.
As I have you too. But listen, before you go, is there anybody on the face of the earth that you think might be listening to our conversation that you'd like to say hello to?
Yeah, of course. You know who it is? It's my mum. And she is definitely going to be listening. She's my number one fan. And, you know, without her, I wouldn't be here, would I?
What's your mum's name?
My mum's name is Sue Kettlewell.
Sue Kettlewell. Well, you are a credit to Sue Kettlewell and to everybody who knows you, Natalie. It's been an amazing pleasure touching base with you and having a conversation unlike any other. Let's do this again sometime soon.
Definitely, Kizzi. Thank you. I've had a smile for the whole time that we've been chatting. So,
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, Natalie's incredibly inspiring story is it's a great reminder that in order to be happy, you have to be who you are and say what you feel, do what makes you happy, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter, they don't mind. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, to be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to make you something else, that's the great accomplishment. This is a lesson that game changers like Natalie Farrell are teaching us by their example. Listen, learn, and innovate. Playing us out is Dirty Snowman Society. It's that band again. Dirty Snowman Society. And this track's called Taste of Heaven. See you next week.
Every situation, all my failures, all your needs, cut me down, no hesitation. You just love to watch me bleed. I accept your invitation to fill the empty place in me, condemned again by the temptation. Just a way of feeling. Bring me down. Bring me down. Oh, bring me down. Let me taste your poison. Fill me with your disease. Take me down to your underground, baby, where I can breathe. Your slice of hell, your slice of hell, your slice of hell tastes like heaven to me.
Love this game-changing interview? Share your thoughts by posting a comment. Sharing is caring.
I'm Brian Stolley, founding partner of Wildcat Venture Partners, and my Fridays wouldn't be the same without Kizzi's Friday Game Changers.
Bring me to my knees, destroy my chances for salvation. Feed all the demons left in me. Bring me down, bring me down. Oh, bring me down. Let me taste your poison. Fill me with your disease. Take me down to your underground, baby, where I can breathe. Your slice of hell. Your slice of hell. Your slice of hell.
The world famous Game Changers show. Game Changers show. Game Changers show.